EndSARS, there are other underlying issues that require the attention, accountability, and responsibility of the Nigerian political leaders. In a country where bail is free, much is expected. And as it is, Nigeria is okay on what they want and what they do not want. It's another exciting episode on The Catch-Up Show, and my name is Tomi. You're welcome. It's exactly 10 days today, and Nigerian youths have been leading a peaceful protest against police brutality and what they want and they do not want, saying that they are tired and they really want to change this time around. Protests have been led in different parts of the country, and in the process, lives have been lost. Some came up to tell their stories. Some were brutally injured, but a large number are still holding the fort, saying that they've been here. But apparently, Nigerian youths are not backing out on this. They aim at getting the protest to 30 days. Only then will they be heard and attended to by the United Nations. I mean, it's actually a good thing, seeing that all of this solidarity thing is actually making a move. We need to commend Nigerian celebrities and other Nigerians that have been at the front line of the protest. All this ajuaya and solidarity thing. I mean, it's actually not easy. For the boldness and for the courage. Of course, the keypad warriors too that are pushing the protest, pushing the trend. As it is no longer a trend anymore, it's even a movement, because international forces have joined forces with Nigerian youth to clamor for the EndSARS, end police brutality, and reform Nigeria in general. And the personality of Fowls actually caught our attention, as you know, the guy is actually a musician and a comedian.
Something happened for Lagos, for Surulere,
but who would have thought that Fowls could switch personality in a split of seconds? We all know he studied law, yeah, right? But then he dishing out some constitutional information for Nigerian youth, for them to know what Nigeria stands for and what Nigeria do not stand for. It's actually a good thing. I mean, at times just leading the protest, we need to be knowledgeable about what we are doing and what we are fighting for. It's actually a good thing, though.
That the Human Rights Commission has remained without a governing council since 2015.
But then Nigerian youths are actually not taking it easy at all. If you give them bats, they will give you boats. When the Malaye was trying to say that he's already in support of all of these things, Fowls gave him one bat that he should not even pretend as if he is in this with them. But it's a good thing to know also that Nigerians have been putting forces together financially right now to take control and to feed Nigerian protesters, so that people protesting, I mean, we see food, water, drinks flying all around protest ground. It's a good thing. And then, not only that they contributed, but they are accountable for every penny spent so far in the protest. Even if Nigerian youths, they lead this country without a leader, we will still survive. 10 days so far.
Why not give us food, more cook ourselves? Yeah, cook ourselves. Yes, so.
And not to forget Ogbeni Anonymous, that has been giving us insight into Nigerian political personnel and their atrocities. This one in particular is mouth-filling. Ogbenuton.
Irrespective of tribe, race, disheartening that you won't bring to justice every police who have involved in killing of the protesters due to the deep secret that caused the loyalties that lies between you and the people in your government.
But then it is good to see that Nigerian youth want to score us okay, and they are not disguising anymore, to see what solidarity and togetherness can actually do and achieve in our country. It's actually a good thing. But you all know it's excitement one day on The Catch-Up Show, and we go on the street of Lagos to see what people have to say about issues in their society, in their community, and Nigeria at large. Do come with me. What's your name, sir?
My name is Pharmacist Okoro.
Okay, sir. So, what do you have to say about the EndSARS protest going on sometime now in Nigeria?
Well, it's a very welcome development. We can't live in a country where there's impunity and extrajudicial killing. The police have to reform. The government has to reform the police and demilitarize the police. The police is not a force, or shouldn't be a force. All over the world, there's no force attached to the police. The police is the police. The armed forces are the armed forces. We live in a country where you see policemen, you see 5, 6, they carry assault weapons as their standard issue rifle. It's baffling and it's worrisome. We are not at war. We're not, why, you know? And then the impunity and lack of accountability in the force. Mind the language and the force. It's very, very wrong. It's unprofessional. It is not global best practices that policemen can pick somebody without warrant. They don't take you to the judge. They don't take you to the court. They have some detention centers, and you know, they say you shouldn't hold somebody more than 24 hours. We've seen cases where people are being held for months and months, and then they disappear. Well documented. It shouldn't happen in the 21st century Nigeria or any part of the world. This used to happen in places like Argentina, you know, in the 40s and 50s and 60s. You know, Idi Amin in Uganda. You know, not here. Nigerians are too informed. Nigerian youths are one of the most informed globally. They know what is happening on around the world, and they can match the youths of anywhere. Intellectually, professionally, you know, in everything. You find Nigerian youths excelling. Even the police we have issues with now. You see them go for peacekeeping missions in places like Yugoslavia and all these countries, and they come back with laurels. The same very police that we are complaining about. But once they come back home here, they revert to become something else. Our students that we say they are not good, they leave this country, they go to other universities outside Nigeria, Benin Republic, Ghana, the US, they become the best students there. What is wrong? The lecturers that we say that they are not good, they live here, they go to America, they go to the United Kingdom, they become the best there. So the problem is not the youth, the problem is not actually the police, the problem is the structure, the way things work here. Things must just change. Thank God the youth are woken up. And because they are awake now, you know, some of our leaders too are awake, or they are waking up. And the Nigerian youth is the giant of Africa. 1 in 4 black people is in Nigeria. 50% of Nigerian population are people 35 and below. So when we say 1 in 4 is a Nigerian black person around the world, 2 are Nigerian youth. So for every 4 people you see in the world that are black Africans, 2 are Nigerian youth. So the time is right, and the time is right. And that change, you know, must of course come. I hope to see it in my lifetime. The real Nigeria, the glorious Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir, before you leave, what do you have to say to the protest? You know, youth blocking road. Do you think it is justifiable for this change that we are seeking? They blocking road. Do you think it is justifiable?
Well, I've lived in this country since the 70s. By the grace of God, I saw Ali must go riot. That's about 1977, 78. I was a little child, but it was a youth protest, but it was violent. I saw the June 12 riots too. I've seen other riots too. You know, this by far has been the most peaceful protest in Nigeria. We must say the truth. Now, when you say they are blocking roads, like I told you, 2 out of every 4 black people is actually a Nigerian youth. So when they come out onto the road, why won't the roads block? And then, I mean, look at our unemployment rate now. It's about 50% or 60%. Yeah. So when the youth are not actively engaged, not that you don't have to be engaged to fight for what is right, but I mean, we have so much youth everywhere. So if you want to gather here, the road will block. It's just, I'm sorry to say that. We should just bear with it.
Of course.
This is the right thing we are doing.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Sir.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah, what's your name, please?
I'm Shegun.
Okay, Shegun, protest has been ongoing in Nigeria for some time now. What do you think?
I think it's a peaceful protest. Doing a good job. I mean, people just want peace. They just want the good things to come back. And for the fact that they are doing their protest, they're just fighting for their rights.
Okay, you're saying they are there. Have you not joined in any protest, or are you not in support of what is going on?
Yeah, as you can see, I'm on my way to somewhere around Okoro.
You're on your way to somewhere around Okoro
Yeah.
for the protest, right? Okay, so you've been joining in the protest.
Yeah.
And do you think Nigeria is actually overdoing it?
No, I'm not sure at all. It's a normal thing. I think it's a peaceful protest. So there's no, for the fact that they are fighting for their rights.
All right. Thank you so much for your
You're
time.
welcome.
Yeah, what's your name?
Sammy Moore, that's my name.
Okay, Sammy Mo, what do you have to say about the NSAS protest and police brutality thing?
I think the idea of the NSAS and police brutality is a very, very, very good one, because if the youth doesn't rise up at this time, there is no way the Nigerian government will be able to stop all of this nonsense. I watched a video yesterday that was very, very pathetic and very, very, very disheartening. How would you kill somebody? How would you wreck a whole family because of 2,000 naira? The guy didn't even do anything wrong. He just told you he was coming back from church with a keke napep, and you told him to pay 2K for nothing, and you ended the life of the wife. And even him now, even the child is having mental disorder because you saw the more. Yeah, you understand? So I don't know, the whatever that the youth are doing now, I think I like it and I'm in support of it 100%.
Okay, so what would you have to say to the traffic, the way they are blocking the roads? Is it justifiable still?
If we are saying the way the traffic, whatever, if all of these things doesn't happen, there is no way the government will see that we are very serious with what we are doing. So for the fact that the traffic is much, is empty and all of those things, I think it's a good move, so that they will understand that, okay, fine, oh, these people, they know what they are saying. It's not the 2 weeks whatever that we say and everything just ends like that.
Okay, I see the way you're talking about this SARS thing with passion.
Yes.
Have you had a personal experience?
Yes, I've had a very bad.
Okay, can you relay your
Okay,
story?
so there was one time I was coming from Ojodu Bega.
Okay.
So I went to pick up my siblings. So getting to K2, that roundabout, so I was coming down, I was trekking my siblings, so I wanted to go take a commercial bus. So they just stopped me and said, hello, give me your phone. I was like, why? I was like, I want to see your phone. I was like, you don't have any right to hold my phone. They're like, no, that if I don't have anything I'm hiding, that then I'll give them my phone. I was like, okay, take, this is my phone. This guy delayed me for more than 1 hour. My siblings were crying that we did not do anything. And at that time, that was like, I think 2 years ago. 2 years ago, imagine 2 years ago till now. And things are even getting more worse. For nothing, and they still have me to pay some money. If not, I just opted that, I didn't have any money with me. Oh. So it was only the bus key. It was even a bus key. I had to show them that, okay, I'm a driver and all of those things before they have to let me go and all of those things. So that's, I think, the move we Nigerians, the youth are taking over. We are taking over. Ati Sorosoke bye, and I like this. So
wonderful.
YDP, Youth Democratic Party.
Confirm. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
And there you have it, guys. And most assuredly, I know that a new Nigeria is about to be born, and I'm positive that we all will be alive to see it and experience it. Do not forget, guys, to like, subscribe, share, comment, and turn the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever we upload. Till I come your way next time, my name is Toby. Bye-bye.
wahala for area. Someone come save me from Delilah. Save me from Delilah. Yeah, Elijah.
The annual global celebration of the woman is here again, and coincidentally, the first woman and the first African to be appointed as the DG of the World Trade Organization has just resumed office. Interesting, right? There are thousands of things to be known about this woman, and KOKO TV has just taken this bold step of bringing you all of the things that you do not know about the wonderful Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. Join me as I speak with Onyinye Iweala, the first and eldest child of the Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala family. This is Layo Shobo, and you know, it's a patriarchal world where men are kind of, have more opportunities. So how did mom handle all of this sexism and then racism, being a Black African? How did she handle all of this? Are there points where probably she broke down that or saw or something? How did she take all of this?
That's a great question. I feel like my mom learned a lot of lessons from her dad, actually, and she tried to pass those along to me and prepare me for some of the things that I might experience based on her own experiences. But she said, when she was leaving Nigeria to go to the US, to go to Harvard for college, her dad said to her, he was like, look, there's racism in the United States, But what you have to remember, you know, even when you hear these difficult things that are hard to hear and they're hurtful and painful, it's not your problem, it's their problem. And I think that's something that my mom repeated to herself, and that's what helped her get through these difficult situations where people are just acting highly inappropriately or, you know, doing things that just don't make any sense. And you just have to remember it's racism, but the racism is not on you. You just go out there and do the best you can. It's their problem, not your problem. So that's one thing that she repeated, and she also tried to pass on to me as well. But that's not to say that it's not hard, you know? Just because you have that saying in the back of your head and just because you know that that's true, doesn't mean it isn't painful when you get that sting and you're like, wait, why did that just happen? Or like, why was I passed over? Why am I invisible? And they're not listening to what I have to say, you know? So like, for example, I think my mom would, there's sometimes situations where you say something and then no one makes a sound or acknowledges that you said something, and then someone else will say the exact same thing, and then everyone will be like, oh yes, and that's the person that repeated it is a man, and then it's so my mom has been in those kinds of situations. And so instead of like waiting to contribute in the middle of a meeting, my mom, the way she would deal those types of situations was she would be sure to speak first. You know, she would jump up and she would say, hey, I think X, Y, and Z about, you know, ABC problem, and just put it out there at the very beginning. That way it wouldn't get drowned out in the course of a discussion. And then later on, when other people were saying things, they'd have to say, oh yes, as Ngozi said, you know, it's ABC and X, Y, Z. And I was like, oh, that's a really good strategy. So I think just over the years, she's developed strategies to cope. She actually wrote a book about this kind of stuff, actually in co-authored, you know, with the former Prime Minister from Australia. So I think check that out. That would be a good, yeah.
I surely would do that. So, but about you now, all of this sexism, racism, how did you feel about her? I mean, about her. Then recently, Swiss media, you know, called her a grandma. That's that. I don't. It's not about me here, so it's about you. So, how did you feel about that? How?
Yeah, I mean, I think seeing that report and seeing the furor, you know, over that report, it sort of emphasizes the same thing that my mom and her co-author discussed in their book. This idea that whenever we think about women and women in the professional space, instead of first addressing their professional capabilities, we always try to domesticize them. We always try to think about them in the context of their family. And there's nothing wrong, you know, with thinking about a person in the context of their family. It's just that, why don't we do that for men? You know, why don't we say a grandfather has been appointed as XYZ, you know? And the thing is, men have families too. So I think all they're trying to say is we need to be equitable in how we describe and how we characterize people, because unfortunately, people try to pigeonhole women into only domestic roles or put them in the context of a domestic role. It makes you think that the only role for a woman is within the domestic sphere. But I don't think my mom has any, like, she doesn't have any, wouldn't take offense to being thought of as a grandma. She is a grandma. It's just that in the context of being, you know, leading world organizations and discussing trade and economic things, we should talk about her professional credentials. Like, there's a time and place for everything.
So you didn't feel somehow about it? It was just one of those things for you, or how did you take it?
Oh, how did I feel about this? I mean, so for me, within the larger context of how do we talk about women within the professional sphere, I could see why people were upset that she was the like grandma. I can see why people are upset, because they're like, why are they talking about that? She's a leading economist. She's a this. She's a that. We should emphasize that because we're talking about a serious job. But then at the same time, I was like, well, I think, you know, my mom wouldn't, she is a grandma, you know what I'm saying? So, and she's proud of that too. So she's proud of that as well. So I didn't feel like, initially, I didn't really feel particularly offended. However, when you put it in the larger context, like of how women are always relegated or associated with the domestic sphere, I see why people were annoyed. You know, I can see why.
Okay, so looking at where we ended that now, so there are different forms of feminism, you know, different people with different ways they practice theirs. So are you a feminist? If yes, if no, what do you think about feminism, and then is mom a feminist too?
Yeah, I'm definitely a feminist. I mean, hands down. I'm card carrying, whatever you want to call it. I'm very much a feminist. I know, in some academic circles, many African women scholars also have womanist because they felt that feminist was really created in the context of a white lens, like a white female lens. And so many Black scholars or Black other female scholars of color felt excluded from feminism because it really focused on whiteness. But the concept, the idea that women should be treated as equals to men, that women are just as capable of contributing to society, not just in the domestic sphere, but in all sorts of spheres like men are, I strongly believe in that. And if that's feminism, then I'm a feminist. And I would say that my mom is the same,
I actually learned a new thing, that womanist and feminist, that people are getting out of feminism because it's white. Wow, it's really not much in Nigeria. We know, all we hear them say and do is feminism, and feminism.
Yeah.
So thank you for giving me that. Okay, so the focus of this magazine is your mom as an inspiration to African girls and African women. But, she had the privilege, she had the opportunity. Dad was a monarch and the family is well-to-do, and then it passed to you and your brothers and, all of the great things that you're doing. And I even saw a cousin recently, she got an award from the UN or something, and I was like, okay, wow, it's really a thing in the Iweala family. So, but how about the less privileged girls and women, people that do not have all of this privilege that your family have?
So I think, first point is that it's very important to see the example of somebody that looks like you doing something great. So, first off, just to have that imagery, I think is really powerful and very important. So that's one point I'll bring up. The second is, you're right. It takes people pushing you up. Sometimes it takes resources in order to train people to get to the points where my mom has gotten. And I think that's why it's really fundamental to her that we need to improve the structures we have, whether it's through government, whether it's through communities, so that people don't have to be the daughter of a monarch or traditional ruler, or don't have to be super wealthy in order to succeed. We want equality of opportunity for everyone. I think that's the bottom line. So from that standpoint, my mom and her siblings were raised that what you need to do, because you have a lot of privilege, take advantage of it as much as possible. Educate yourself, get yourself into the places of power so that you can represent for the people who don't necessarily have the same voice and access that you do. And then when you get there, do something to change the situation so that other people will now also have the opportunity, even if they didn't start out with the same level of opportunity that you yourself are so lucky to have. And that's something that my mom and dad have ingrained in us. It's so important. So I think that's probably why, I believe in this idea of mentorship. And I believe I'm trying to represent as a physician scientist who also happens to be a Black woman. And then to try and encourage others and to set up a system, even within my small lab, where other people can see, okay, this is what we need to do so that they can reach those levels. So, I know that even if, I think I'll just put it at that. Number one, the importance of the imagery of having somebody that looks like you in the position. And number two, the importance of having someone who recognizes the importance of equality of opportunity, of giving developing nations of poor, underserved girls the chance to succeed in that place of power so that she can say it over and over again.
Well, that's really amazing. Okay, I forgot to ask this the other time when I asked about feminism. Yeah. I know you're a Christian, you like to sing, the choir, and all of those things. But, a Nigerian gospeler once said, you cannot be a Christian and be a feminist. That it contradicts what the Bible says about women submitting, all of those things.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you two questions here. So the first is, what do you think about this this point of view. And then what do you also think about, okay, the statement that when women get into power, they begin to, I don't want to say misuse, or, act somehow towards their husbands, wanting to lord over their husbands. And so what do you think about this? First, about you cannot be a Christian and be a feminist, and then about women in power, lording over their husbands.
Wow. I mean, I guess I am in complete disagreement with this statement that you can't be a Christian and a feminist. The Bible, so the Bible is a living document. The Bible is something that is supposed to guide us. We're supposed to look into the scriptures to understand how we can approach and listen and be with God. And I don't think God wants any of God's creations to be thought of as second-class citizens who should not succeed, who should be abused, or who shouldn't be listened to. I just don't think, for me, God and Jesus Christ, that's not what they're for. Jesus had women as part of his integral group of people that were with him, So I disagree with that statement. And then secondly, I guess I also just disagree with the statement that women in power are automatically going to turn around and lord it over their husbands. I just haven't seen that example. I'm not saying that maybe it happens, I'm sure that you can find one example or something, but I just haven't seen that. Sadly, there are not as many female leaders in high positions of power as we would like. But for the ones that I can see, they actually seem to have incredibly healthy, loving relationships that are truly partnerships with their husbands. Those are the ones that succeed, not the ones that are lording it over or whatever. I feel like that's a problem fundamental to the relationship, and it's independent of whether the woman is in a position of power or not.
Okay.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I hope you have a very good day.
You too.
Oh my God! I just finished speaking with Dr. Oyinye Iweala, and my God, it's really, really, really an amazing session. I had fun all through, and she assured that she had fun as you just watched. Stay tuned to KOKO TV as we bring you many more of these exclusives. I am Layo Shobo. Thank you for joining, and bye for now.
And they are looking into producing the vaccines locally. Still looking. Everything actually look.
The pandemic which swept through 2020 is still here and eating deep into our society. After the first wave of the coronavirus, countries are facing a second wave of this pandemic. Comedian and actor Basket Mouth has come out to express his distaste for the slow pace at which the Nigerian government is moving. It was earlier stated on the 8th of January that Nigeria will receive 100,000 doses of COVID-19 vaccines by early February, according to officials. Recently, Ghana has come out to announce its plans to procure 17.6 million doses of COVID-19 vaccine by the end of June, with the first doses arriving in March. President Nana Akufo-Addo said on Sunday, comparing the population of Ghana to the number of vaccines being procured and also the population of Nigeria to the number of vaccines being procured, Basket points out.
Yes, I just read on the news that Ghana just secured about 17.6 million vaccines, which is going to get to them before the end of June 2021. You must understand that Ghana's population is about 30 million people. Yeah, that's about Lagos and Nigeria. And Nigeria is about over 200 million people. Yeah, Nigeria is still looking into securing 100,000 vaccines to cover just Lekki Phase 1 and the small of Nigeria. Yeah. And they are looking into producing the vaccines locally. Still looking. Everything actually look. Now you want to produce the vaccines locally. Who won't take them now? Who won't take them? Wait, on a malaria drug, do they work?
No matter how slow, at least the Nigerian government is moving. Fingers crossed as we await the vaccines.
Whether it's a married man that bought the car for her or she bought the car herself and so forth.
Blessing Okoro has come out to speak concerning the Prado Jeep Nollywood actress Destiny Etiko just bought. Destiny Etiko took to the gram where she celebrated her new ride, although she has since been dragged that the car was bought for her by a married man. Blessing Okoro states that it doesn't matter if it was a married man that bought the car for the actress. She also says that people pointing fingers at Destiny are guilty of the same crime.
A lot of women are saying it's a married man that bought the car for her. And so forth what? Yes. Whether it's a married man that bought the car for her or she bought the car herself, apart from a man buying a car and giving to a woman, I don't care how Destiny bought that car. I'm not even a fan of Destiny. I'm not a fan. So I'm not here to support her. So I'm just talking based on general fees. Let me tell you something. However Destiny wants to buy that car, but trust me, that girl have ended. Yeah, it's not today Destiny started acting movie now. Let's give people accolade. Let's give people.
Hi Nigeria, it's another time for ribs cracking and stomach aching laughter. As coming to America is in Nigeria. I'm super excited. You're welcome to KOKO TV and I am Layo Shobo, live at IMAX Cinemas for the premiere of Coming to America 2. I am so excited to be here and I know a lot of people are here also so excited and I can't wait to know what they think about this movie. So come with me as I talk to people at the cinema about this movie.
America then.
I wish you the same. You look so gorgeous. Okay, first introduce yourself.
My name is Precious, but for tonight I'm Princess Imani.
Woo! What do you do?
I am a lawyer, I'm a content creator, and I'm an influencer.
Oh, that's so great. Okay, give me the details of your dress.
I'm wearing Trisha Couture. The only person that can do it, obviously. And my hair is from Nigeria Beauty Hair. My makeup is G&G Artistry.
Oh, okay, you know, everything is just...
Everything is a Shapa.
Yeah.
Everything is name brand, you know.
Okay, I heard already that you saw that first Coming to America.
Yeah.
So what are you expecting in the second one?
I'm expecting to be blown away. I'm expecting to see an absolutely new storyline that's going to blow my mind. That's what I'm expecting tonight. And I want to laugh. And I want to be reminded of my childhood as well.
Raise it higher.
So you didn't see the first Coming to America, and now you're here to see the second one. What is your expectation? What are your expectations?
I'm just expecting everything African because I know it's black film, so I'm expecting to see more black and African culture and the rest.
Okay, are you excited the video is here? It's gonna be in this movie?
Yes, very excited actually. I didn't even know that he was there until I saw it online, yeah.
I have upset my family. You must be strong.
So, did you see the first Coming to America?
Yeah. So many years ago, as a kid.
Okay. So this second one, what are you expecting?
Expecting more fun.
Okay.
Because the first one was hilarious. Eddie Murphy was off the hook.
Okay.
And now I'm expecting more because I heard the video is in this.
Yeah. What do you think the video did though? What do you think it did in the movie?
Look like a rich boy. Because I can't just figure out the video being
an actor, yeah?
No, a poor boy.
Okay.
Being maybe one of the lost sons who is a rich son from Africa.
Okay.
So that's the way I'm looking at. I might be wrong, but if I'm right, $1,000.
And if you're not, I guess I'll take $10,000 then. First, can you give me the details of your dress, your stylist?
Okay, so this was, the style direction was by myself and my friend, Fabric by Fads.
Okay.
I just called her up and I'm like, okay, so there's a premiere and we have to look African and regal.
Yeah.
And she picked the color, came up with the concept, and yeah. And then the jewelry, wow, accessories.
Oh, okay. So how do you feel, wearing this?
I feel like there are so many things on me right now. That's the truth. Let me be frank. It feels like the world is on my shoulders. I wonder how these queens do it when they dress up with so many things because they have to look a certain part.
Yeah.
So I think it's a lot of work. We are okay with our normal life.
But overall, you like it. It's amazing.
Yes, it is. I'm loving the vibe. It's very African here at the premiere. I'm looking forward to everything. I'm looking forward to the part 2.
Oh. Did you see the first one though?
Yes, I did. Of course, we grew up watching Coming to America.
So let's hail the millennial.
Are you a millennial? Oh, yeah, Generation Z.
I think I'm Gen Z.
But you watched it?
I didn't see it.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't see it.
Look at them. But I mean, you see the part 2, so you'll be inspired to watch the part 1.
Sure. So what do you look forward to in that movie?
I want to see the twist with the fact that Eddie Murphy played an away match. I'm shocked because the love was so real.
Yeah.
That true love story that you never think that he's gonna cheat on his dearest Lisa, and then he did. I'm shocked. What part of part 1 did he do this?
Exactly, like where?
Because that was the only time they were in America. So maybe they took 1 or 2 trips away.
And something just happened somewhere. Okay, all right. Thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
I appreciate it.
Just discovered that I may have a son here in this land. How much child support is she getting from? The king pays no child support.
No child support for 30 years and you came back? You was a dummy.
Hey, Nigeria. I don't know if I can even take you well, but hello. Hi, good evening.
I'm fine, thank you. How you doing?
I'm very good. It's so great to see you here. I think this is Ngozi's girl.
Exactly.
I got it.
She's a royal.
Oh, yeah. And I need to ask, very
well styled by Kiki, of course.
Of course, I need to ask.
Akos collection.
Okay, so what year and what age did you see Coming to America?
Honestly, I cannot. To be very honest with you, I cannot even remember what happened
in the movie,
in the part 1. And I intentionally didn't even see the trailer of the part 2 because I just want a brand new experience. So let me just, come fresh.
So do you have expectations for this one?
Well, the video performed in it, so at least that's one highlight to look forward to. And of course, anything that has any movie in it is mad hilarious. So I cannot wait to lose it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to that.
I will so love that program.
I hope I'll be sitting side by side.
I hope so. Give me side comments, side chapter.
Oh, it's really going to be amazing. So I see you're into a lot of things. You've been singing now, and do we look forward to more of, Kiki on the microphone?
That singing is just close.
Oh, really?
I'm still doing the content creation, the fashion. There's one thing I'm adding now. It's going to be acting.
Acting?
Yes, and that's it. But the singing is just close. Nothing deep about that.
Maybe Holy Spirit will, tell you something.
When we do perform in church, them now we'll sing from both sides of the really shade. Get me now.
Yeah.
But outside of that, singing is just fun.
Okay. I hope you have a great evening. And I hope to see you after the movie. So you give me your feedback.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Admit your style is foreign to my kingdom, but it's impressive.
That's right.
There you go.
Let me hear you say, hey, ho.
Hey, ho.
No, don't do that. That's his mother.
Oh, don't you say that.
No, not to his mother.
Oh, I'm wearing one and only. It's Ozade.
Okay.
My personal stylist.
Okay.
Very impressive.
Okay. And your hair?
Oh, I'm actually a brand ambassador to Moody's Hair.
Okay.
Oh,
all right.
Yeah.
All right. So what year did you see Coming to America 1?
Actually, the pattern, right?
Yeah.
I love it. I love the pattern. Like, I can't imagine myself in that situation, being forced to marriage and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I'm ready to watch, like, what will you do?
Okay.
If it wasn't the
Okay, so Davido is in this. Are you excited about Davido being here?
Yeah, I am.
All right. I hope you have a great evening.
Yeah, I can do my best, yeah.
Okay, so let him come on. Let him come on. Introduce yourself.
Hi, this is the video creator.
Okay. And I hope you have a great evening.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Hi. I'm you.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very, very good. It's nice to see you here.
Good to see you.
Okay, I don't want to ask what age, but what year did you see Coming to America?
Dude, I can't remember. It's been forever. I honestly can't remember. I won't lie to you.
Okay, so what was the highlight for you there? What was the highlight?
Everything. I particularly like the King's deep voice. I like Semi's foolishness. I like
saying all of this, everyone was just talking about why he went to America. Like
Semi, the guys in the barbershop. Sounds pretty good without trying. Especially the role that he probably plays with a very nasal voice, the barber. Sorry, what you saying? So I can't wait to see how they,
Okay, so what do you look forward to in this second?
One, I hear Davido's in it, so I want to see how he does.
Okay, so Davido on me?
I'm excited to see all of it. I want to see how they're going to bring the story together, after they return to how did the guy end up in the kitty actually?
Yeah,
So I'm expected to see all of that, so I don't know.
Okay, so how do you think this will do in the Nigerian music market? How much do you think it will grow?
I have no idea. I can't speculate. I think it will do well. I don't know how well it will do in terms of cash, but I definitely think it will do well.
Okay. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a great evening.
This is your brother.
Hey, Quine. I'm sorry I slept with your man.
So America, good evening.
How you doing?
I'm very good, and it's nice to see you here. How do you feel being here?
Excited. Happy being here.
Okay, I don't want to ask what age, but what year did you see Coming to America the first
I
one?
was very young.
Oh, very young. Okay.
I was very young. Yeah.
So what was the highlight for you?
For this or the other one?
The first one.
The first one, the humility of Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
Being from coming from a royal background, and seeing the new life in America. He has everything to show up, but he's still humble. That's the catch of it, and I like the love story.
Okay, so what do you look out for the second one?
My boy Davido.
Okay.
Davido's performance.
That's the only thing you're looking out for?
Yeah,
oh wow, okay. So like how much do you think this will gross in the Nigerian market?
Grossing that.
Like, you want to give a figure?
I don't really understand the market on movie profits. Maybe it's music.
Yeah, like. All right.
Music is construction.
Sure. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a great evening. Yeah, bye.
The Prince of Wakanda.
Wakanda is a fictional place.
Not to everybody.
Zamunda is a very real nation.
I don't need no handout. Wait a minute. All right, I'm gonna pack. Okay,
You look gorgeous. Okay, so give me the details of your dress.
Honestly, this is something I just pulled out of my closet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Well,
and I always usually style myself, so.
Whoa. Okay, that's okay. I'll give you the credit then.
Thank
all of
you.
the credit.
Yes,
Okay, so did you see Coming to America the first part?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
What's the highlight for you in that? You can remember?
Just there are a lot of things.
Okay.
I even watched the recap recently.
Okay.
I feel like the highlight for me was the wedding day when he was kissing and they were like,
It's not
Your
your
Majesty,
time.
not your time.
Okay, so what are you looking forward to in the second one?
Oh my God, so much laughter, so much fun, just all giggles, honestly.
Okay, were you surprised about the plot twist that Prince Hakim had a son outside?
I'm not surprised. Of course, it's a part 2. There's supposed to be a plot twist. If not, then why are we having a sequel?
Okay. What age were you when you watched the first one?
I think it was in 2014, so I was pretty grown. I was late to the first one.
Okay, and how much do you do you think this movie will gross?
In
Nigeria,
market?
yeah.
Oh, I think it will gross a lot. Honestly. I feel like I feel like it would do probably better than let me not call names, but we know the movie.
I want to. I want to say you saw Coming to America first.
Yeah, I did.
I don't have to ask if you did. So what are you expecting in this second one?
The main expectation I have of this movie is Eddie Murphy's versatility, because the fact that he plays so many roles at the same time is something I found extremely amazing from the first one. So yeah, that in particular.
Are you surprised that we heard he has a son outside in that movie? Are you
actually, because if you think about it, what else is going to happen in a new Coming to America? I mean, come on.
Oh, okay. So at what age were you when you watched the first one?
Oh my goodness, I don't remember.
Whoa! And like, how many times have you watched it?
I watched it so many times.
Many people say like 90 times. At least 5. Oh,
90,
okay.
you know, that's so extreme.
Okay, so we heard Davido is in this new one, and do you look forward to seeing him?
Of course, it's a big win for the Nigerian music industry, and it's very exciting.
Okay. So what do you think he's doing there? Acting or performing?
I know he's performing. It's still acting, but it's just amazing.
Yeah, like okay. All right. Thank you so much for coming on here. I hope you have a great evening. Thank you. Bye.
Hakim's son from America.
And my mom's.
And his mom.
Hi, good evening. You look so superb.
Thank you.
Okay, first introduce yourself.
I'm Ruth Kwetsi. I'm a filmmaker from Cameroon.
Oh, okay. Can you give me the details of your dress? What are you wearing?
I'm wearing a Joanne and Alero eye creation, and it's silk and beads embroidered corset dress.
Oh, I love it. And your hair?
Yes,
it's natural.
Natural gift. This is hair by God.
Okay, so did you see the first Coming to America?
Definitely.
So what was the highlight for you in that movie? Can you remember?
It's a family movie, and that's what I really loved about it. But like everybody, when we were watching it, the first shock was when we were rooting for the good person, the good guy, and then when they discovered that Akim is actually the prince, and they sent the dog after that guy. I'm like, this father has no loyalty at all.
So what are you looking forward to in the second one?
I just want to see the progression of everybody. I want to see where they are now and the new additions, because there's a lot of new names. Eddie Murphy's girl is in it as well. I know there's Rotimi, there's
and even Davido.
Davido is in it. I think what's her name again? This South African lady.
Like, how much do you think Coming to America is going to make in Nigeria? Like, how much? You know, we know what Funke Akindele did.
I think it's going to match that and surpass it,